The trending video of the governor of Embu, Madam Cecil Mbarire, has caught my attention because the governor is caught warning Fred Matiangi'z, then the CS in the Ministry of Interior, and he was telling Matiangi'z that his days were numbered and they were coming for him.
Tulikuwa na kina Sunkuli wakati wa KANU. But I have one thing to tell you, Matiangi'z. Anytime you are in a position of power, remember there will be a day you will exit. And your day is becoming closer and closer and closer. Tafadhali, leave a bridge between you and us. Because ukiteremuka, utatupata. Utatupata. So please treat us with some level of respect, like human beings. Ndio tukikutana kwa street, tuweze kusalimiana. Because your day, Matiangi'z, is coming in a very short time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fred Matiangi'z. Kindly support our channel. Above all, subscribe, click the notification bell, and like our videos. Today, when the Kenya Kwanza team charged a team of over 200 elite GSU squad to go and surround the home of Mr. Fred Matiangi'z in Karen, memories of the darkest days of Nyayo were rekindled. And as I said earlier, I have watched different comments in the social media. Some are supporting this and others are against it. Many people are arguing that Matiangi'z misused the police during the previous regime and he harassed William Ruto and those who were subscribed to his political ideology. I want to overemphasize here, like I've said before, that an injustice to one is an injustice to all. And I dare repeat that the fact that maybe Fred Matiangi'z misused the police to harass some Kenyans cannot make it right today for the Kenya Kwanza team to retaliate. It was wrong. It is wrong today. The talks and the sentiments of the Embu governor indicates two things. Number one, this was a team that was very sure that they were going to win the presidency. How they came to know this, I don't know, because the courage and surety and certainty with which this governor is talking is one that was beyond any reasonable doubt. And it takes me back to my position that William Ruto presidency was planned in Washington, D.C., and there was nothing we could do about it. But back to the statements of Cecil Mbarire, the advice that she gave to Matiangi'z was the best advice that I want the Kenya Kwanza team to take today. Cecil is saying that we had people like Sunkuli in the KANU era. They all came and went. We had people like the late Professor George Saitoti who held that docket. They came and they went. We had people like Chris Murungaru. They came and went. One thing that we are forgetting here, ladies and gentlemen, is that instead of learning from the past, we want to use the past to justify what we are doing today. I have seen photos and videos of people like Ndindi Nyoro. One day when he was in Royal Media, and I think the police had been sent to arrest him, and he declined even to walk out, and he was saying that he was going to spend at the Royal Media because he was afraid those who are going to arrest him could even kill him because he didn't know who they were. And I have seen videos of Matiangi'z saying that you cannot invite the police if there is nothing you've not done. It is your behavior or something that you've done that will make the police come to you. And people are using this to justify that maybe there is something that he has done to warrant the police coming to his home. Ladies and gentlemen, I am of a contrary opinion. Because Cecil was saying that if all these people were that powerful and they are normal, and he was warning Matiangi that he was to be sure that one day he was going to be out of that office and he will meet other people. That is exactly what is happening today. Why can't they realize that the person who feels that he is powerful today, I don't know whether it is Kithure Kindiki, I don't know whether it is Japheth Koome, whoever is executing, whoever is masterminding all these charges and all this attempted arrest must know one thing, that we must make an end to this cycle where the police is being used to harass opponents, whether they are political opponents, business opponents, social and economic opponents. We must put an end to this if we have to bring order and sanity to our nation. Because today someone is watching. One thing you can be sure is that we do not know who will form the next government. And I know you are rushing to tell me that William Ruto will take his 2 terms with a lot of ease. But I can assure you that you do not know what is happening. Tomorrow, if this government perpetuates what happened in the previous regime, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow it will be the same thing. And as a nation, we cannot grow if we perpetuate revenge. We cannot grow if we are looking for someone to retaliate what they happened in the previous regime. It seems to me that this thing was planned long time ago. The only thing that was pending was when and how to execute it. And I'm tempted to think that it started when Fred Matiangi'z was requested by the former President Uhuru Kenyatta, together with Raphael Tuju, to form a burial committee to give a befitting send-off to their former colleague, Professor George Magoha. And it seems this rattled President William Ruto because he thought now there are 2 centers of power here. He is heading one and Uhuru Kenyatta is like heading another one. And he felt rattled because a few days later, he went and started reducing the security team of both Matiangi and the former President Uhuru Kenyatta, even the mother. And that is when we had talks about people have been evading taxes. He felt rattled. And this was the catalyst to start implementation of what something that I feel was organized and masterminded long time ago. It seems there is a blueprint of a number of people who are labeled as enemies of the Kenya Kwanza team. It is the time for them to take the revenge. And if they continue with the revenge, then it means that the government that will take over will also perpetuate the same. If it is not William Ruto, then it means that the incoming government will start looking for William Ruto and the cabinet to start avenging. Let us guard against being drunk with power. Power is sweet and it corrupts. And when you are seated on that seat, you never believe that you will exit. The nation must come to its senses so that we stop this nonsense, for lack of a better term. We have a government that is still young, only 6 months in the office. Instead of concentrating on matters, prioritizing on how to implement all the promises that they gave to Kenyans, we've got misplaced priorities, because now we want to look for those who wronged us in the previous regime so that we can start showing them that we are in power, the best way to show someone that we are in power is to implement your promises, is to build the economy, is to bring the cost of living down, is to exercise magnanimity, so that when they look at you, as you embrace them, you create a difference and you show them that this is exactly how we wanted things to be done. I have seen a number of groups that I thought should stand up and condemn what is happening. The church, where our president and the deputy president go every Sunday to worship, to play politics. I think this is the right time for the church to stand up, to rise against partisan politics and condemn and bring reconciliation, ladies and gentlemen. Because if the church does not play their part, one day they will regret. It will be too late. Because today it is Matiangi. The next time it will be the church. They will be running up and down, calling for the politician to help them. The politician will not help, because when the politician needs the church has remained aloof. The politician will be at bay the same way the church has kept them in the periphery. The media must condemn this, because the next it will be the media. You don't know whether royal media will be next, because I remember they were never in good terms with the president. Civil society and activists must come up and condemn these kind of activities, because if they are perpetuated, the next day it will be the same people. So Cecil Barire gave a very good advice, and I want this advice to be taken very seriously by the government that is in power today, because tomorrow it will change. No situation is permanent, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what to think, but that is my take.